Hello there, my little ghosts, and welcome back to another spooky story. Please make sure you claim your tombstone in a graveyard by subscribing to the channel. And if you enjoy my stories, don't forget to leave a like and maybe a comment. And without further ado, let's begin tonight's story. "Start paddling, Henry, goddammit, we'll be trapped under her," he said as he plunged into the waves, leaving the sinking ship at the mercy of the flames. "Selena! Carlisle, where's Selena? Help me up, Henry." He struggled to fight the waves and the wooden planks, some still aflame. "Start paddling," he demanded once more, as the men made room for him to fit into the tiny boat. "And Selena?" Henry asked again, disheartened and quieter this time. She didn't make it." I watched as they were putting more and more distance between them and the ship. I wish I could have told him not to worry, not to mind the fire. I knew then my tears could have put it out when he left without me. The sails, ablaze now, were the brightest light in the sea of darkness surrounding me. Memories flooded my mind like a rapturous current. The old abandoned cathedral on the hill, overlooking the sea, where we met in secret for 5 years. The bishop would have never accepted for us to be united in holy matrimony. Nevertheless, that did not stop my soul from craving his for a single moment. I held his hand and kissed it dearly. "I make a vow to you, Carlisle," I said. He brushed the hair from my cheek and smiled that sweet, poisonous smile. "That no matter how far away we might drift, and never mind what might separate our paths, I will always come back for you, so long as I am still breathing. I will always keep you safe. That shall be my vow for you, my beloved." He kissed me with rapture, and I melted into his embrace, so much I could feel our hearts merging together. I felt torn apart inside in such a blissful catastrophe, part of me drowning in his love, part of me lit up by desire. "Sing me our song, Selena. I want to fall asleep in your arms." And so I obliged, and I sang. I sang on the sinking ship that night once more, and I smiled with cheeks covered in tears and ash. I smiled because I knew I would keep my promise to Carlisle, and I would see him again. As the ship creaked and groaned, as the wood cracked and snapped, as the waves finally touched my feet, I heard her call. They called for me, ready to receive me in their cold, lifeless arms. And although I had heard the stories, I did not fear them. They were not here to hurt me. They were going to help me. I had no recollection of how much time had passed between the sinking And the day I finally found myself on the shore of the old port. Two things I had on my mind at the time: that I did not have long on land, and that in my short while amongst my peers, above all else, I needed to find him. I climbed the cathedral hill, and I waited for him to make an appearance. I wanted to cry at the sight of the sea from that wondrous sacred place, for I did not think I would get another chance to be there. Curiously enough, I had no tears. The pain bottled up in my chest and grew more and more furious to escape, like an agitated bottle of golden sparkling wine. My only solace, I realized, was to sing my pain out of my body. And so I did. I gave in, and I sang our lullaby as I watched daylight succumb to the rain of a clear night sky. A full moon glistened on the undulating surface of the water, sending silver rays on my face. The sound of waves breaking into the bed of rocks beneath accompanied my voice, and soon the rapid thumping of steps joined the melody as well. "Selina? Selina, is that you?" As the footsteps grew louder, my voice got fainter, until he threw himself at my feet, panting and grasping at my hands and dress, as if he could not convince himself that I was real. "Selina, Selina!" My palm caressed his sunburned cheek as he stared at me in disbelief. "I thought you were lost. My God." He helped me up on my feet, and I placed his other hand on my waist and mine on his shoulder. "Dance with me, Carlyle. Let us celebrate being reunited at last." "Dance? Are you not hurt? What will we dance to? There is no music." I shushed him and offered his lips a soft kiss, starting once more our lullaby to calm his fluttering heart. As we spun round and round in the breeze, I realized my dear Carlyle had never looked so distraught ever before. His body was stiff, and his face locked on a grimace. "What is this unshakable feeling you are under, my beloved?" "Selina, I am mortified. You were lost, undoubtedly lost to me. I could not fathom I would ever see you again." "Aren't then you happy you did get that chance?" Carlyle looked down and away. "Selina, it's been 2 years. We stopped, the both of us at the very same moment. He avoided looking into my eyes. His lips kept parting and closing, as if he had something to say to me, and he could not allow himself to utter the words. Looking down myself, I caught him fidgeting with something round, golden, cursed. A ring on his finger. "I see." I took a deep breath and I sighed. turning away from him, walking towards the edge of the cliff. Selena, please, you need to understand I do. I caught his hand in mine when he tried grabbing my arm. I looked down at the cliffs, bathed in silver sea foam. You have lost 5 years with a bishop's daughter whom you could not marry or start a proper family with. So you did what you had to do. You left me behind that night. I am happy for you, Carlyle. I have made a promise to you, however, that I cannot break. That I would always come back for you. And so I did. I hugged him tight, caressing the back of his neck, and I continued to get my revenge. Carlyle pulled his head away to stare at me in disbelief, forcing a smile. But you vowed to protect me, did you not? He brushed the hair from my cheek. I nodded in agreement and kissed the back of his hand, never breaking eye contact. So long as I am still breathing, I continued, and then let myself fall backwards into the dark depths, tugging at my beloved's shirt. And as we fell, I embraced him and whispered into his ear, "The daughters of the sea don't breathe."